He texts me about our parenting decisions. He lectures me about consistency. He posts pictures on social media like Father of the Year. But when bedtime comes, when the fever spikes at 2 a.m., when our daughter asks why Daddy didn't show up again, I'm alone. And somehow, I'm still the one who's not co-parenting well enough. The notification lit up my phone at 10:47 p.m. We need to discuss Lily's screen time. This isn't working. I stared at the message, my daughter finally asleep after 3 hours of comfort because she'd scraped her knee at the playground. 3 hours of tears, of bandages, of stories and songs. 3 hours where my ex-partner Marcus was, well, wherever he always is when parenting actually happens. This isn't working. The words burned on the screen. He was right about one thing. This wasn't working. But not for the reasons he thought. When Marcus and I split up 18 months ago, we sat across from each other at my kitchen table and made promises. Good ones. Mature ones. The kind you read about in co-parenting books written by therapists with hyphenated last names. We'll put Lily first, he said, his hand almost reaching for mine before remembering we weren't those people anymore. 50-50. Real partners. Just because we're not together doesn't mean we stop being her parents. I believed him. God, I wanted to believe him. The first month he showed up to every scheduled day. He was early even. He'd pack elaborate lunches and plan educational activities. He joined a Facebook group for single dads. He bought parenting books. I thought, we're going to be the success story. The ones who prove you can end a relationship and still raise a child together beautifully. Month 2 he started asking to switch days. Work things. Important meetings. A friend's wedding. All reasonable. All just this once. Month 3 he started dropping her off early. Picking her up late. Emergency situations that required me to be flexible. Because co-parenting means flexibility, right? By month 6 I was doing 80% of the parenting while listening to lectures about how I needed to be more collaborative in our co-parenting relationship. The irony could have killed me if I wasn't too exhausted to notice. Here's what co-parenting looked like in the last month alone. Marcus's scheduled custody time 15 days. Days he actually took Lily 7 days. Of those 7 days, how many did he ask me to take her back early? For days. Times I had to cancel plans because he couldn't take his scheduled days, 3 times. Hours spent on the phone with him discussing parenting philosophies. Approximately 5 hours. Hours he spent actually implementing those philosophies. I'm still calculating. But here's the real kicker. The calls. Oh, the calls. He calls to discuss Lily's developmental milestones, but misses her actual milestones because he's not there. He wants to strategize about her education, but hasn't attended a single parent-teacher conference. He texts paragraphs about nutrition while I'm the one cutting grapes into quarters, so she doesn't choke in meal prepping for a picky 4-year-old who suddenly hates everything green. Last week, he sent me an article about the importance of consistent bedtimes. A 2,500-word article about bedtimes from a man who hasn't put his daughter to bed in 3 weeks. Did you read it? He texted. I was reading Goodnight Moon for the 1000th time, negotiating with a tiny human about whether she needed to wear pajamas or could sleep in her mermaid costume. Again. But you wouldn't know any of this from his Instagram. There he is, pushing Lily on a swing, both of them laughing in golden hour lighting. Caption. Best days are with my girl. #dadlife, #blessed, #co-parenting. 93 likes. 14 comments about what an amazing father he is. 93 likes. 14 comments about what an amazing father he is. What the photo doesn't show. He took her to that park for exactly 1 hour before, dropping her back at my place because he had plans. I spent the rest of that golden hour giving her dinner, a bath, and dealing with the meltdown that came from disrupting her routine. There he is at her preschool graduation, beaming in the front row. Caption. So proud of this little graduate. They grow up so fast. Cherishing every moment. What the photo doesn't show. He arrived 17 minutes late, causing Lily to crane her neck looking for him during the entire ceremony. He left immediately after for a work thing. I was the one who took her for celebration ice cream, helped her out of her little graduation gown, and answered when she asked, "Why didn't Daddy stay?" There he is holding up a finger painting with theatrical amazement. Caption. My little artist. Love being a dad. What the photo doesn't show. I'm the one with paint permanently under my fingernails. I'm the one who sets up the art table every weekend. I bought the paints, the paper, the smocks. I'm the one who spends 30 minutes cleaning up afterward while negotiating about washing paint out of hair. He held the painting for 30 seconds, long enough for the photo. Marcus has developed an entire language for his absence. A glossary of terms that sound reasonable but translate to the same thing. You handle it. Something came up equals I don't want to. Can we be flexible? Equals can you do my job for me? I think it's better if she stays with you tonight. Equals I have plans that don't include parenting. We need to communicate better. Equals you need to stop pointing out that I'm not showing up. I don't want to fight about this. Equals I want to do what I want without consequences. I'm doing my best. Equals please lower your expectations of me, while I maintain high expectations of you. This is hard for me too. Equals I want credit for finding parenting difficult while you actually do the difficult parenting. My personal favorite? We're a team. A team where one player is on the bench making commentary, while the other one plays the entire game, then gets criticized for not passing enough. Last Tuesday, Lily counted to 20 in Spanish. She's been working on it for weeks at preschool, practicing with me every night. When she finally got through all 20 numbers without hesitation, she was so proud her whole face lit up like she discovered electricity. I texted Marcus. Lily counted to 20 in Spanish today. His response 6 hours later. That's great. Did you see my email about summer camp options? He missed her first time riding a bike without training wheels. He missed the moment she finally conquered the monkey bars she'd been scared of for months. He missed Parent Donuts Day at school. He missed the pediatrician appointment where we discussed her peanut allergy. He missed the night she had a fever of 103 and I sat awake watching her breathe, terrified and alone. But he has opinions. So many opinions. About what snacks I should pack. About whether I'm reading to her enough. About whether preschool screen time policies align with his values. About whether I'm teaching her proper manners. His values. His opinions. My execution. My presence. My 2 a.m. fever watches. My existence. Here's what's made me want to scream into a pillow. Marcus has turned co-parenting into a weapon. A word that sounds cooperative and equal and modern, twisted into a tool to make me feel like I'm failing. We need to co-parent better, he says, which translates to, you need to make me feel included in the parenting I'm not actually doing. True co-parenting means making decisions together, which translates to, I get veto power on your decisions despite not being present for implementation. I feel left out of the co-parenting process, which translates to, I'm uncomfortable with the reality that you're doing everything, so I'm going to make it about my feelings. The audacity of it steals my breath sometimes. He demands input on decisions he won't be present for. He wants collaboration on routines he won't maintain. He expects consultation on choices he won't execute. He requires emotional labor from me to feel like a parent while doing minimal parenting labor himself. And if I push back, if I say, you can't co-parent from a distance or input requires participation, I'm being difficult. I'm preventing him from being involved. I'm not prioritizing Lily's need for both parents. The mental gymnastics are Olympic level. It happened 2 weeks ago. Lily had a school play, something the kids had been preparing for over a month. She was a sunflower in the garden scene. She'd practiced her one line, I grow toward the sun, every single night for 3 weeks. Marcus RSVP'd yes. Lily told everyone Mommy and Daddy were coming. She drew pictures of us in the audience. She made me promise we'd both sit together, even though I tried to gently manage expectations. The morning of the play, 8:47 a.m. Something came up at work. Major client crisis. You understand. Tell Lily I'm so sorry. Take lots of videos. I sat in that elementary school cafeteria, surrounded by intact families and genuinely co-parenting separated parents, watching my daughter scan the audience looking for her father. When she found only me, her little sunflower face fell for just a moment before she recovered. She performed beautifully. She shouted her line with pride. She bowed when the audience clapped. After she asked, Did Daddy see? He couldn't make it, sweetheart. But I got videos for him. Okay, she said, in that voice that children use when they're trying to be brave about disappointment. That night, Marcus texted, Watch the videos. She was amazing. So proud to be her dad. And something in me snapped. I sat in Lily's room, watching her sleep in her sunflower costume because she didn't want to take it off. And I wrote, Marcus, we need to talk. Not text. Actually talk. Because this isn't co-parenting. Co-parenting requires 2 present parents. What we're doing is me parenting while you provide commentary. You demand input on decisions you're not here to implement. You lecture me about routines you don't maintain. You miss moments you can never get back, then ask for videos so you can feel like you were there. You're not co-parenting. You're ghost parenting. You're spectator parenting. You haunt the edges of Lily's life with texts and opinions and social media posts. But when it comes to the actual showing up, the daily, boring, exhausting, beautiful work of raising a child, you're absent. And somehow I'm the one who's not doing it right. I need you to understand something. I will never prevent you from being Lily's father. But I will no longer pretend that what you're doing counts as equal parenting. I will no longer accept lectures about co-parenting from someone who's not actually here. If you want to co-parent, then parent. Show up. Not just for the Instagram moments or the easy days. For the hard stuff. The sick days. The meltdowns. The midnight wake-ups. The boring Tuesday afternoons. The canceled plans. The sacrifice. If you want to be involved in decisions, be involved in execution. If you want input, provide presence. If you want the title, do the work. I'm done carrying both our loads while you critique my form. I didn't send it. Instead, I deleted it and wrote, Lily missed you today. Because I'm still trying to be the bigger person. Even though I'm exhausted from carrying everything alone. Here's what I've learned about so-called co-parenting with an absent parent. You can't co-parent with someone who isn't parenting. Full stop. Co-parenting requires two people actively parenting. Without that, it's just parenting plus management of someone else's feelings about not parenting. The performative aspect is almost worse than the absence. Because it means they understand what parenting looks like enough to pose for pictures, but not enough to do the actual work. They know what it's supposed to look like. They're choosing not to do it. The weaponization of co-parenting language is manipulation. When someone uses cooperative terminology to mask unequal labor, that's not collaboration. It's exploitation with a progressive vocabulary. You cannot reason someone into being present. If someone wants to show up, they will. If they don't, no amount of explaining, begging, or negotiating will change that. Presence is a choice they make every single day. The emotional labor of managing their parenting absence is its own burden. Managing their guilt. Protecting their relationship with your child. Making excuses. Sending updates. Facilitating involvement. Creating opportunities. It's exhausting, and it's invisible, and it's not your job. I've stopped calling it co-parenting. Because it's not. And using that word was making me feel crazy, like I was failing at something that doesn't actually exist. I'm parenting. Marcus is occasionally involved. I've stopped sending detailed updates unless specifically asked. Not out of pettiness, but because I realized I was doing emotional labor to help him feel like a parent without requiring him to do parental labor. I've stopped being flexible with the schedule unless there's a genuine emergency. His planning failures are not my emergencies. If he has his scheduled days and chooses not to take them, that's a choice with consequences. I document everything. Every missed day. Every late pickup. Every canceled plan. Not because I want to weaponize it, but because reality needs a record. Especially when someone's trying to rewrite history. I've stopped defending myself against accusations of not co-parenting well. You can't co-parent alone. His absence is not my failure. Most importantly, I've stopped setting myself on fire to keep him warm. I spent so much energy trying to facilitate his relationship with Lily, to make his parenting easier, to accommodate his schedule. But I realized that's his job. My job is to parent our daughter. His job is to parent our daughter. His relationship with her is his responsibility. To the others doing it alone. If you're reading this and seeing your own life, I want you to know something. You're not crazy. You're not difficult. You're not preventing co-parenting by pointing out that it takes two people to co-parent. Someone demanding equal say while providing unequal presence is not collaboration. Someone critiquing your parenting while not showing up to parent is not partnership. Someone expecting you to facilitate their relationship with their child while they do minimal facilitation work themselves is not reasonable. You cannot co-parent with someone who isn't there. And their absence is not your failure. Stop letting someone weaponize the language of cooperation to mask abandonment. Stop doing emotional gymnastics to protect them from the natural consequences of their choices. Stop accepting responsibility for someone else's relationship with their child. Your job is to parent your child. Their job is to parent your child. If they're not doing their job, that's on them, not you. Document the reality. Stand in your truth. Stop apologizing for being present. And maybe, like me, stop calling it co-parenting. Because one person parenting while another person provides commentary isn't co-anything. It's just parenting. Hard, lonely, exhausting, beautiful parenting. And you're doing it. All of it. Alone. That doesn't make you difficult. It makes you their parent. The one who showed up. Marcus responded to my "Lily missed you today" text with, "I know. I feel terrible. Work is crazy right now. It'll calm down soon. We should set up a call to discuss how we can co-parent better through busy seasons." There's that word again. Co-parent. As if the problem is our process and not his absence. I haven't responded yet. I'm sitting here in the quiet after bedtime, Lily's sunflower costume draped over her chair, and I'm thinking about what I want to say. Maybe I'll tell him the truth. Maybe I'll send some version of that unsent message. Maybe I'll finally say, "You can't co-parent your way out of not being present." Or maybe I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Showing up. Being here. Loving our daughter enough for both of us when necessary, but not pretending his texts about parenting philosophy equal actual parenting. Maybe I'll stop trying to make him understand and just focus on what I can control. Being the parent Lily deserves. The one who's here. The one who shows up. The one who doesn't just talk about parenting but does the actual daily work of it. Because at the end of the day, actions speak louder than texts. And I'm done listening to words from someone whose actions tell a completely different story. He wants to co-parent. I want to co-parent. Those might sound like the same thing, but they're worlds apart. One is a title. The other is a commitment. And no amount of vocabulary can bridge that gap. Only presence can. Only showing up can. Only doing the actual work of raising a human can. Until he understands that, we're not co-parenting. I'm just parenting while he watches from the sidelines, occasionally shouting advice. And I'm done pretending that counts. It's 11:23 p.m. now. Lily is asleep, her breathing soft and steady in the room next to mine. Marcus texted again 20 minutes ago with an article about childhood development milestones. I haven't opened it. Tomorrow I'll wake up and do it all again. The breakfast negotiations. The preschool drop-off. The work-from-home juggle. The pickup. The dinner. The bath. The bedtime routine. All the invisible, unglamorous, relentless work of actually raising a human being. And somewhere, Marcus will wake up and go about his day, believing he's an involved father because he sent me an article and posted a throwback photo of Lily on his Instagram. Here's what I wish I could tell every person who's living this reality. You're not wrong for feeling angry. You're not petty for wanting them to actually show up. You're not bitter for resenting the performance while you do the actual work. You're not failing at co-parenting. You can't fail at something that requires two people when you're the only one trying. The hardest part isn't doing it alone. The hardest part is doing it alone while someone else takes credit, gives advice, and makes you feel like you're not doing enough. But here's what I know now, what I wish I'd known 18 months ago when we sat at that kitchen table making promises. Your presence is enough. Your love is enough. You showing up every single day, even when you're exhausted and doubt yourself and wonder if you're doing it right, that is enough. That is everything. One day, Lily will be old enough to see it for herself, to understand who was there and who just talked about being there, to know which parent showed up in the middle of the night, at every school event, through every fever and fear and milestone. Not from anything I'll say, but from what she'll remember, from who was present. Until then, I'll keep showing up. Not for recognition, not for credit, not to prove anything to Marcus or anyone else, but because she's my daughter. And she deserves at least one parent who doesn't just talk about parenting, but actually does it. If you're reading this while your child sleeps in the next room, while your phone buzzes with unsolicited advice from someone who isn't there, while you wonder if you're strong enough to keep doing this alone, you are. You already are. Every single day you prove it. And that's not co-parenting. That's not half the work. That's everything. And you're doing it beautifully even when it doesn't feel that way. Especially when it doesn't feel that way. You are enough. You were always enough. And you were never actually alone in this. You've had yourself showing up every single time. That's the only co-parent you've ever truly needed.